SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Chargers. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Oh, good move. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
On the move past the 40. Down the sideline he goes. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And the Chargers are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a first down. Herbert.
They'll roll him out right. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Gerald Everett, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chargers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Brandon Staley telling his troops to stay out there and go for 2. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And he will get in to make it 8-0. Opening drive touchdown, and 2-point conversion.
Amazing nowadays for the kickers. I've actually talked with a few of them. They're more concerned about the point after touchdown than actually missing regular field goals. So maybe the coach is taking some pressure off here and just going for 2 and saying, I'm saving you for the big stuff later.
He's hanging out by the net. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch it.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words every time we hear that. things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that.
Touchdown, Chargers. Mike Williams, 27 yards. And the Chargers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. No going for two. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good, 15-0 here in the first quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just past the 35. A much-needed boost defensively there. I mean, that really one of the first things that's gone right for them in this first half.
No question about it, partner. We've seen this before. You've got an offense that doesn't have any points yet. Go out and make a play on D. Then you head back to the sideline saying, we got you the football back. Now let's see what you can do with it.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be sterner with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
It's the corner blitz that got him. J.C. Jackson with a sack.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. 15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. Sliding out of the pocket. He'll let this go for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Setting up the screen with Gainwell. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 24, Hurts. Hurts fumbles it.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. Now back to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Touchdown! Kenneth Gainwell from 10 yards out. And the Eagles get a bit closer. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
And he's brought down. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. No return here for Carter, and this will be a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Rolling to his right. That's into the hands of Eckler. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Finding room at midfield. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Herbert now. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 yards there for number 15.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Herbert just beat the play clock. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Again, Herbert. He'll buy some time right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Justin Herbert in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Point after, right down the middle. And a lead now up to 14. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Pulls it in at the 13. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
On 1st down, Justin Herbert. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack.
This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
That's caught, and it's Eckler again. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And a nice call and really good execution there because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on him. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From just shy of midfield, Herbert got his man complete over the middle. That's Williams. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 25-yard line. Back to throw here, Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen with a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Going deep here for Watkins. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball.
Touchdown, Eagles! Kenneth Gainwell. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Eagles take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Herbert on 1st down now. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert, and he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now it's Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 6. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And some room to maneuver. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, 38 yards. And the Chargers have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in...
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 41. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into the...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kenneth Murray. Past the 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot.